Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the strategy, how to make notes, how we can make or prepare notes for civil services English literature optional. And we know that most of the aspirants feel some risk or feel some challenge relating with the notes preparation, how to prepare notes and how to codify these points and which are the points we have to add in our notes. So all these are the main challenge when we start preparing English literature optional for UPSC exam. So here we can discuss about which are the important elements or components we have to add in our answer. So when you read the material or when you read the core text, you have to identify these areas well. So you can approach the civil services exam optional preparation in this way, and it will give the confidence. At the same time you will be grow, that means you will be in a stage of, that means you can easily prepare this, all the content, all the text, all the core text reading. So all these you can do in this way. So let's discuss about how to make notes, how can we prepare notes for civil services optional English literature. So here let's discuss. Here I am giving a chart, and based on this chart I will explain one by one which are the important points, which are the important area you have to focus when you start preparing English literature optional, at the same time when you prepare English literature optional notes. So let's discuss one by one. Okay, as we know that English literature optional paper, we have poems, novel, drama and literary movement. So additionally, we have to approach the literary work based on literary terms or devices. We have metaphor, simile, foreshadowing, setting, mode, tone, motif, etc., etc. So the different literary terms are there. So besides this, we have to approach first. The main important thing is, the first important thing is, we can say that the understand the text first. So that is the first and the prime important, that means the preliminary step. That means you have to understand the text. For example, the text here means that it may drama, poem, novel, whatever. That means understand the text, how and in which way we have to read that. So that is, understand the text means understand about the details of the text. So that is the first step. For example, if you take poem, for example, Tindian Abbey, you can take. So we have to read the core text. That means we have to read the poem line by line. So that is the first step. That means understand the text first. What is the particular text and what is the important theme there. So all these are the first step you have to start when you write notes. And the second one is title. That is a very important thing. You know, if you take any literary work, we have title. That means, for example, here we already said Tindian Abbey, Michael, King Lear, Tempest, Doll's House. You know, all these literary works with title, we have to analyze what's the relevance of the title. Okay, that means we know that it is not just a title. It's about, a title indicates some theme, the title indicates some historical background there and the context there. So some titles are relating with mythology. So you have to understand the title and what's the relevance of the title. For example, Tempest. We can say that Tempest is just a storm. Tempest means the storm with thundering, and so this is actually the title relating with nature. But the title itself indicates that there is lot of inner meanings there. That means the characters there. There is a superior, inferior clash there in that drama. And there is the partiality among these characters there. And the single ship, which includes the different types of characters there. So, Tempest itself is indicating the lot of different meanings, and so that's what we have to understand. Title is very important thing. So you can take Michael. You can take another important poem, Canonization. This canonization, another title of the poem. This is not just a title. It's a religious, related, mythological. In this way, we have to approach. Before reading the text in depth, first understand the core text. Which are the core text we have to read for the UPSC preparation. And next step is understand the title and its relevance. And the third one, author. It's a very important area in note making. You have to read about the author. That means, for example, if you read the poem by William Wordsworth, you have to understand all about Wordsworth. That means minimum you have to write something about William Wordsworth when you write the mains examination. That means the question is based on philosophy of Wordsworth, then role of nature in Wordsworth poem, whatever. You can start your answer with introduction, or you can start your answer with some details about writer, author. So that's very important. About William Shakespeare, about William Wordsworth, about Henry Gibson, about T.S. Eliot. You have to understand all these authors. First understand and write something about the author. So that is the next important step you have to notice when you prepare notes for optional. Then genre. The next one is you have to analyze the genre of that particular work. What is genre? That means we can say under poetry we have different genres. Epic, then mock epic, ballad, elegy, ode, etc., etc. In drama as well we have different genres. Tragedy, comedy, history, tragic drama, then tragic comedy. So different genres. So you have to understand a particular work, and the next step is about the author, about the title, and which type of literary work we are reading. So that's, you have to create a perspective about that particular work and make a notes about the genre of that particular literary work. And the next one is historical context. In your answer, in your note-making process, you have to include the historical context of particular literary work. English literature is all about history. English literature is all about tradition. So you have to understand the relevance of that particular work in the historical point of view also. For example, if you read King Lear, if you read Tempest, King Lear, the drama, we can see that the historical perspective is Jacobean. That means, the James first time King Lear wrote by William Shakespeare. The same Shakespeare wrote different plays in the different time. That means the historical context is very important. And take a note or make a write-up relating with the historical background of a particular work. The same method you can apply in poem, novel, and all it. Because, for example, if you are reading the novel, maybe that novel from the Victorian period, You have to study about that, the history of the Victorian English period. What happened in that time? How was this period? It's differentiated from other period, and how it influenced the literature during that time. So that's what you have to do when you prepare notes for English literature optional. So the historical perspective is very important. And the next one is theme. Theme of the literary work. Theme of the poem, theme of the drama, theme of the novel. Then what is theme? We can say theme is all about the story or all about the storyline of a particular literary work. The theme of relic, the theme of 3 years to grew. Okay, so like that, the theme of Doll's House. So you have to analyze English literary work in the perspective of theme. How the themes played an important role in this particular literary work. So like that, you have to read and make notes. And next one is motif is very important. What is motif? Actually, motif and theme is interconnected. Motif is the sequence of actions or sequence of events which mention in a particular literary work. That means maybe the tone of the work, the image of the work. Then, so motif is all about details which leads to the theme of a literary work. So, motif, you have to understand the motif of a particular literary work and add these important points in your notes or answers. Then, next one is characters. Normally, we are reading a drama or a novel and we will randomly read about the characters. You have to understand the characters in detail because the character sketch, because we can't say that the character sketch is the basic thing, because characters and their role, some characters are representing a particular historical events or a particular theme. Okay, so characters is very important. So you have to understand the characters well and make notes about this. For example, you can take King Lear itself. You can take Cordelia. So what's the relevance of that particular character in that context? And Cordelia represents the morality, truth, and sincerity without flattery. That means the character played the role in that particular play which symbolizes the morality, truth, and sincerity, all these. So this is what you have to add in your answer. Another example, we can take Doll's House. The title itself is very important in Doll's House. And then you can see the author. We can take like this. Okay, Henry Gibson, the author. How Henry Gibson differentiate from other writers in that time. His works are mainly realistic. That means he is considered as the father of modern drama. And his literary works are mainly focused on realism. So like that, you have to approach the literary work and make notes based on that. Then genre of this, then historical context. Lot of historical context there in that drama. Tarantella dance is some historical mythological content there. So this is what you have to approach. Then theme, motif, characters. And the next one is setting. Setting of a literary work is very important. And you have to make notes based on the setting of a particular literary work. How that literary work presents in a particular time. What is setting? Setting means it's about the time and place of a particular literary work happened. For example, we can take the play Tempest. The setting of the Tempest is an island, set a setting. The sea is a setting. The ship is a setting. So all about this. And in that, the same play, William Shakespeare gives some details about the supernatural elements and supernatural context there. So in this way, you have to write your notes. In this way, you have to prepare your literature notes for UPSC exam. The next one is quotes. This is very important. Very, very important. In your answers, try to add maximum quotations relating with a particular work or a particular writer. Suppose you are writing about the poem of John Donne, and this is a metaphysical category, Renaissance category poem or a literary work. You can add some quotations to give the clarity about the Renaissance or a metaphysical element. And the same thing you can apply in novel and drama. So this is what quotes means. Add maximum quotations. So every day you have to prepare some quotations, the relevant quotations. Apt for the question, apt for the author, apt for the work. So this is another strategy you can use to make a good notes. Then after doing all this, you can analyze this play or analyze the poem, analyze the novel. How all about this play, all about a literary work works. So analyze based. You have to conclude or you have to write the notes based on analysis. How you can analyze that particular work with the help of all these, including devices. Metaphor, simile, foreshadowing, like different devices we can see in literary works. From drama, novel, poem, everywhere we can see. So based on this, you have to prepare your notes for English literature optional. So this is all about the strategy you can follow to make notes. Thank you.